On this video we take the train to Sète in the south of France. We visit the walled city of Carcassonne. So this is our home for the next 3 days. Have connection issues in Narbonne. Stress. Make a quick stop in Zaragoza before heading on to Malaga. We're at Torremolinos Pride. Gatwick Airport, but we're not flying today. We're staying on the train to London for a European trip the next morning.
10:30, Norwood Junction, first train of the day, one of many. And we're off.
From Norwood we head through London to the Eurostar terminal at St Pancras. Deja vu. It's a long journey today with about 10.5 hours on the train. We're on the way. We're in Lille. French Moose is very excited. He was hoping to stop in Lille where he came from, but it's only a short stopover this time.
Off to Sète.
We pass by Paris Airport and some stormy skies before a beautiful sunset as we pass through Nîmes. And we finally arrive in Sète around 10:30 in the evening. We find our apartment overlooking the marina and go straight to bed, after logging into the Wi-Fi of course. In the morning we head out into town and look at the marina and fishing port. Sète is surrounded by water, the Mediterranean, the Etang de Thau lagoon, and crisscrossed by canals. We find a boulangerie for some breakfast croissants, which we take back to the apartment. We got this apartment because it had a balcony. We found a balcony. Can you guess where we are?
So we've made it to Sète after a very long day of travelling yesterday. 10.5 hours or more from London yesterday morning. Got here about 10:30 yesterday evening, all the way down the length of France. Checked into our Airbnb just behind us. And now we're out in this glorious weather to have a look around Sète.
The Saint-Louis lighthouse marks the channel entrance with its red light. We go for a walk to the other side of town. This is the Etang de Thau. A few years ago we crossed this in a canal boat to the Canal du Midi in some very strong winds, much stronger than today. Check out the video in the link below or at the end of this video. Today I want to walk up the hill to Mount St Clair.
You know, sometimes I just hate Chris's walks. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, and now of course it's bloody raining. Well, shame about the weather. Taken refuge in a cafe.
There are impressive views over the port, the town and the lagoon, despite the weather. Across the water are the famous oyster beds of the Etang de Thau.
We've come up Mont St Clair, which is at the top of the big hill with a big viewpoint overlooking all of Sète, and behind me is the Etang de Thau where we were yesterday, and we can see from here over to Metz and Bouzy. Sounds like a nice place.
I dragged Andy up here in the rain and he wasn't happy, and it's just the same view as from the apartment. We walk along the canals and bridges of Sète, past all the boats in the harbour and marinas. After the walk, we're hungry and we stop in a riverside restaurant. Andy orders a veggie pizza without olives, or in this case with extra olives. The town and harbour light up at night. In the morning it's time to move on. And that was Sète, and now we're heading on to Carcassonne. We catch the intercity train to Carcassonne. We pass the Etang de Thau and Béziers for a short, hour-long hop. We are staying in a tower which is known as Lily's Dungeon. I guess this is what you call a commanding view. Maybe it was worth getting somewhere in the old city. These days it's all very sleek and modern inside, with great views across the city and countryside. We head out for a look around. We find a little restaurant hidden in a courtyard just along from where we are staying. There is music, traditional food cooked on an open fire, and some French cider. It's a lovely setting. I have cassoulet, a rich stew made of beans and meat, and Andy gets a lovely veggie flan with fire-roasted potatoes. And for a nightcap, cider on the terrace. We pop into the old town to get some fruit and vegetables to keep us going for our walk into town. We go down to the River Road and then head for the Canal du Midi. Back down by the railway station is the Canal du Midi and Carcassonne Lock. This reminds us of our canal trip again, although we didn't quite make it this far. We watch a few boats going through the lock, this time from the land, and we are now officially gongoozlers. Every boater's worst nightmare when things don't go according to plan, but these folks seem to have it all sussed. Then we make our way back over the old bridge. And back up to the fortress for a quick rest and some plane spotting. And then some dinner in a garden restaurant.
This is a nice apartment.
The apartment owners also run the restaurant downstairs, and we pop in for lunch. After some delicious starters, I get to eat cassoulet again, and Andy gets to drink out of the flower pots. For pudding, we wander over to a very popular ice cream shop in one of the squares.
Nice.
Carcassonne dates back thousands of years. The medieval walled city was originally built by the Romans but continued over many years. It narrowly avoided being destroyed but was extensively restored in the 19th century and is now a World Heritage Site. There are more than 50 towers in the twin-walled citadel. There's an impressive theatre with the city walls as the backdrop, where shows are presented for the Carcassonne Festival over the summer. There's a walkway right around the walls and towers of the citadel. There's an entrance fee, but it's well worth it. And there's even a museum with broken pots included in the price. And that wraps up our stay in Carcassonne. Just time to enjoy the sunset. And in the morning we are heading into Spain. The old city is several miles away from the train station, and the taxis are being elusive. We can't afford to miss our connection today. But when we get to the station, there is a problem, and there are no trains.
We're on a train.
Everything is delayed by up to an hour, and our late-running train will not get to Narbonne on time to make our connection on the only train into Spain today.
Well, that's a stressful morning. We had to wait half an hour to get an Uber to the station in Carcassonne, only to find that our train was running 40 minutes late due to animals on the track. Fortunately, we caught an earlier train that was coming to Narbonne, which now means we've had 45 minutes to wait for our connection down to Zaragoza here.
Stress. Stress over as we catch our train to Spain okay. Moose is relieved and says goodbye to France as we pass through Perpignan. Bear is looking forward to Spain as he adopted us in situ. We pass through Barcelona. Sorry Bear, it doesn't look like we're going past Sitges today though. Well, we made it to Zaragoza. We head into town to see the sights, the Arabic Aljaferia, the elegant bullring, the market hall, and then onto the Roman walls. The huge town square, in which are the Pilar and Sello cathedrals and civic buildings, and the Goya monument. We cross the stone bridge over the River Ebro, guarded by its 4 lions. All this sightseeing is thirsty work. We find a nice craft beer bar with food. Then we pop back across the river as there is a festival going on with music and wine. We recognise this one. We enjoy the ambience for a while before the long walk back along the river to our hotel in the station, as tomorrow is an early start. After breakfast, our train comes in about 12 minutes late and we're off to Malaga. We head down to the south coast of Spain past the changing scenery.
It's our final long leg on the train today, about 4.5 hours down to Malaga.
Only an hour to go.
A 25-minute delay at Cordoba. We've just set off now, hopefully to Malaga.
We pass many fields of olive trees. We pull into Antequera, the last stop before Malaga. Then there is the short Cercanías local train to Torremolinos. Once checked in, we are straight out into the old town for the start of the parade. We're at Torremolinos Pride. we finish off the evening with a few drinks in Pueblo Blanco. Next day we enjoy the apartment for a while, and then we're off to the Eden Pride beach party. It's time to catch up with our friends Peter and Hardy for some bowling in Malaga. It's hungry work, so it's back to our favourite pizza place in Torremolinos. Next day we take the train to Fuengirola to do our favourite walk back along the coast. In the June heat we need to rehydrate, so we stop for plenty of drinks along the way. We finished up in several of our favourite bars. Then a last look at the impressive views along the coast, which is colourfully lit up at night, before we head home. And for the first time on this trip, we're flying. And we have an unusually good flight home, but we'll be off again with a similar trip soon. So don't forget to subscribe and catch up with us again on our next adventure.